Hey YouTube, this is Mark from Northeast Indiana. Welcome to the shop. A little shop talk tonight. Maybe give you some insight on another project I got brewing in my mind. I think I'm going to get started on it tonight. Just to let you know, the stone wheel grinding restoration, that treadle, that is still ongoing, and I will have probably another video up maybe this weekend. I've got to dedicate a whole day to just really milling down some lumber, and so that is still in the works. And if you've not seen any of those videos, go back and look at for a playlist, stone grinding wheel restoration series, I think it's called, pedal powered. So check that out. So the other day, a couple days ago, I posted a video about a little knife I made out of some buzzsaw material, and I've got a ton of this to use, and I want to share with you something that also pertains to the J. Stevens 16 gauge that I showed you just a few days ago as well, depending on when you're seeing this. I'm going to make a single shotgun rack for that. So basically some wood, a couple hooks, and that shotgun rest right in that rack. I'm going to use this, not just this, but material like this from that buzzsaw blade for the hooks. And due to the fact that this steel has some pitting on it, I think it's going to be pretty cool if I can get what's in my head out onto the steel. Looking forward to seeing how that goes. That'll probably be a video in and of itself. I bring up that pedal powered stone grinding wheel and that frame for a reason, because basically I've kind of come to the decision that, I'm just totally rebuilding that frame. So what do I do with the wood that exists that I'm not going to use? The old wood, the weathered wood, the pieces like this, what am I going to do with this? So my thought, and what I'm going to start working on tonight, but I'm just going to share with you right now, and I'll make sure to make a video of what I do, is to take this wood and mill it down, keeping the weathered texture as intact as possible, making a very rustic looking single shotgun rack. So my idea is I'm going to use the two legs that are cracked. I'm going to mill them down to about this thickness, maybe a ½ inch. This is actual 2 inches here. So about a ½ inch. I'll have two of these pieces. I'm going to cut this rotted section off, put them together, and then I'll mount the hooks on those, and then I'll lay the shotgun in those hooks. I'll have probably I've got some black velvet felt material that I'll put in there. But what I'm also going to do is have a couple, I'm trying to get out this image that's in my head out to you so you can kind of see it, but a couple of pieces coming down, which will be taken from this piece, which was either a rest that they were using for when they were working on grinding an edge on some implements or knives. It possibly could have been a seat. As the stone is spinning through water, it was there to keep the water from splashing up. It may not have been a seat. It may have just been a splash guard, a rest, you know. I'm going to use this. So I've got my cross piece where the shotgun is going to rest in there. Two little legs coming down, and then I'm going to take this is one of the pedals, kind of neat, it's got the staples in it, and I'm going to take a Forstner bit and evenly space out some holes to where I can drop 16 gauge shells in there and have them sticking up, you know, maybe an inch or so. So the brass is going to be up above this piece, part of the shell, and then the brass. And I've got two of these pedals. They each have one staple in there where the wire connected to them, so it would drive the treadle. I'll probably take that staple out, put it over here, and because if you look at this piece, you can see several places where here's another one right there. I don't know if they were experimenting with where the staple should go in regard to the wire that was running the wheel, but I may put another staple in here, and 6, 8, 10 shells on this piece. So, and this is not going to be this big, but ideally what you're looking at is going to be something like this, although there's going to be two of these and two legs. But that gives you an idea of what I'm trying to do. So I am still going to use the weather wood from the antique treadle machine, but I'm not going to use it for its intended purpose, which would have been to run that stone wheel. I do think that if I have runners behind the 2x4 cross sections, even though these pieces do have a pretty good crack in them, I'm going to leave the crack there, even if I mill it down, you know, a ½ inch. And even if it becomes two pieces, I'm just going to put them together and I'll be able to fix them into those runners behind there. And I think it'll be all right. I just don't think structurally this was going to be able to hold up to a wheel constantly being used as a pedal device. So that is another project we got going. And I'm going to be making some videos on that. This will be the first in that series. So I'm going to have a couple projects running concurrently. But be looking forward to that. Maybe, I don't know if I'll get another video out this week or weekend. We'll see. I've got to repair my air compressor. My repair on that did not work. So I've got to go back to the drawing board and see what I can do there. And of course, I've got the treadle stone wheel grinding restoration that I'm doing. Be working on that. I've also got a live edge bench that I'm making for my wife. That'll be in the works. Trying to think of what else I have as far as projects go. I think that's about it right now as far as the big projects. We're starting to warm up, and today was about 50 degrees here in Northeast Indiana. So winter, hopefully, I don't want to say this too early, we're, you know, just past halfway in February and we can get snow all the way to Mother's Day, easy, frost. But, you know, hopefully old man winter is on its way out, and we're going to see spring here soon, spring-like weather. That'll be great. I don't see anything in the extended forecast is any concern. So that'll allow me to be out in the shop a little bit more without running the heat all the time. And that'll give me an opportunity to do the longer daylight hours. Really does kind of help me want to be out, and it kind of gives me an incentive to be out and about until it gets dark. One other thing, you know, I say all of that, and it's kind of contingent on an aspect I've got going on right now as far as my physical health goes. I've got a pinched nerve of some sort in my neck. We've done x-rays on it. I had a pretty severe injury when I was in college 30 years ago, or however long ago it was now, probably 30 years ago, a little bit more than that. I was wrestling and did some damage to my C2, C3 vertebrae, and now my C3 and C4 vertebrae are impinging on the disc and the nerve that comes out of your neck. That's affecting my right arm. I mean, I can still move it. I have some pretty good pain if I tip my head backwards. Sleeping's really kind of a pain in the neck. And I'm losing a little bit of grip. So on Monday, I have an MRI scheduled to get a closer look at that, to kind of come up with a game plan. And depending on what that game plan is, you know, all these projects are really kind of secondary compared to that. For those who are new to the channel, 15 years ago and 13 years ago, I went through 2 lower back surgeries. I've got a bunch of titanium and all kinds of stuff in my back. That didn't really solve any issues there. And I've got just, my genetics are such that my bones aren't holding up well. So no biggie. We'll keep going until we can't. So just that heads up. You know, if you're a praying sort of person, you know, I wouldn't mind some prayers. Good thoughts, good vibes, all the above, and we'll get it all straightened out. I'll keep you appraised of it. It's no big secret, no big deal. It is what it is. Getting older, stuff happens. So anyways, just a little talk from the shop. Gonna wrap this video up, give you insight into some new videos coming out dealing with that single shotgun rack, and hopefully by the weekend you'll be seeing those, and hopefully it turns out like I want it to. So I don't have anything further. Do you? All right, we'll see you on the next one. You know, hey, take time to get out to your shop. Take advantage of every day you got. You know, get out there and take advantage of life, because it does pass by quick. So we'll see you on the next one. Take care. Cheers.